Welcome to the Making It Simple podcast. My name's Steven Allan, and today I'm taking the Making It Simple podcast out on tour to meet Darren Strong from Scalable. Welcome to the podcast, Darren.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. It's good to be on board with you guys and working through things. Now, I understand you're going to really help us to make things simple. So could you, in a nutshell, tell us what is making it simple for you?
Yeah, so for us, Scalable has been born out of demand. So it's, what did I see when I was in your seat? So I've been in the MSP seat, I've had consultants come to me. What did I think worked and what did I think didn't work? And I think the biggest thing that I got was about not delivering one framework. So I'm not going to come to you and say, here's what you must do. For me, it's about taking where do you want to go as a business and as a shareholder, but also what's your main USP. So your main USP is making IT simple, making it simple for your customers. So we don't want to put things in place that does the opposite. I can build lots of processes that will make it hard for your customers, in their opinion, to do work with you. Why is it that people do work with you? What is your USP? And your USP is because you're focused on the customer journey. What does that customer journey look like, and how does it make it simple for them?
And you're not just going to be working on processes for processes' sake. This is actually working with the systems that we've already got in place. We use Halo as PSA, as a communication tool for our customers. This is what they interact with us. They raise tickets. If they email us, that's what it goes into. And at the moment, we're probably dipping our toe into the capabilities of that. And you've worked with Halo for many years and have seen the good, the bad and the ugly with behind the scenes and the best way to do things. So it's about helping us to make the best of the tools that we've already got. Are there any specific tools that you think that you will be bringing to the table that you might be able to help us with that could help us on that journey?
Yeah, through the journey, we'll definitely recommend certain things that you may do differently, or you may look at this product or may look at that product. But typically, we're not about increasing what I call your shiny tool set. Typically, an MSP owner who's technically driven like yourself will go and find enough shiny tools to fill anybody's pockets. You're good at finding stuff to fix a problem. What we're not good at doing is building how we're going to implement it. What is the ROI? What is the delivery? What's it going to do for our customers? And that's where I'll bring a bit of structure to that and the accountability to that. So we don't just go and choose a product for choosing's sake. But as you've hit the nail on the head, Halo as a product is a big product. And you're not the people to be knowledgeable about that. You're the people to be knowledgeable about what you do with your customers. Yeah. So I talk about what's your highest and best use. Your highest and best use is not configuring a product that you don't know to learn it and understand it and deliver it. It's about doing what you do as the founder and CEO of Linten. That's your role. That's your highest and best use. So we see roughly now about 1,000 MSPs migrating to or maturing Halo PSA throughout the year. So we see 1,000 MSPs doing pretty much, I'd say 70 to 80% all the same. We're all delivering services. We're not delivering services, we're actually delivering people. An MSP business is about the people. So how can you make sure your people have got the right tools, the right processes, the right workflows? The big thing is the right why. Why are we doing this thing? And ultimately, it'll look after your customers. Because if you look after your people, they'll look after your customers. And then guess what? Your customers buy more. And they refer you to more. And so the business wins in return. So our journey is going to be about how do we actually deliver your USP and make sure your people are on the journey with us.
So this is the same message that we talk to our customers about. It's actually making sure that the tool set is right. So when we talk to our customers, they're in manufacturing or they're a solicitor or they're an accountant, the PC is not actually part of what they offer to their clients. It's the tool that they use to deliver what they're doing. And in our case, really, the PSA is the tool that we need to do to make the best impact for our customers. So on that vein then, what do you think that you're going to see the impact to our customers being through our partnership?
We've talked about in quite some detail about how you do your finance function today. And that's going to be tenfold. Anything that leaves your business from a finance function is going to be an invoice, a credit note, an order, etc. So that transition is going to be smoother. You know, what they order from an opportunity point of view with your account managers who are trying to deliver a solution to them to make their IT simple, that then you want it to completely direct into the invoice. The invoice needs to look like the order. And so that journey is going to be a lot simpler. It's going to be quicker, it's going to be more efficient, and it's going to deliver it without any human error built into it as well.
But our customers would say that that's the service they get already from us. So you and I know that we're not really looking to revolutionise this. At the end of the day, an invoice is an invoice. But what we're actually looking to do here is make it sustainable, make it something that we can continue to deliver.
Yeah.
And the customer doesn't see an impact on that. They still get the same service, but ultimately we've got processes behind the scenes.
You're right there, aren't you? Because what you've talked about with us recently is you've put a lot of work into making it simple, making the invoice right, but a lot of that has actually come at a cost. What you're doing is you're increasing the cost of your delivery. So at some point, that cost is probably going to get passed on. What you don't want to do is do that. So what we're looking at is smarter and more efficient ways of, one, keeping the cost where it is for the customer, so you're not increasing their costs, but also you'll have a lot more data to have a lot more data type conversations with your customers about what they are doing, how much they're using the solutions, how much they're not using the solutions, rather than saying, okay, if we do that, that's going to increase our costs.
So as an IT company owner, what I'm looking to do really is I'm looking to grow our technical skills, our technical team.
Yeah.
I'm looking to grow our project management team and our account managers that look after customers. What I don't want to do is have a huge back office team. I want those processes to be as automated as possible, but I want them to have the same quality, the same focus that we've had to date. So what will be the benefit for you? Let's talk about the mutual benefit that we'll both get out of this partnership. How do you think that you will benefit from working with us?
So the facts are, and I'm very an open person, so a lot of people see us, I've mentioned before, we're seeing about 1,000 MSPs a year, but we're still learning. We're still on the journey. We're still open to learning. So typically what I find is we build that good of a relationship. You tell me everything in the business. You tell me everything that's going on because you want me to help you with it. There'll be a percentage of what you tell me where I actually turn around and say, that's a great idea. That's a great thing that you're doing there. We're not going to change that, but I'm going to consume some of that. And if I see that enough times across our client base, then I'm going to go, that's the thing we need to be rolling out. So it's a mutual way of saying, okay, we're going to deliver X, Y, Z, but there's always a percentage that we go, that's really interesting. Or we might say, deliver it this way. You might say, well, we deliver it this way because of this reason. And we might go, well, that's a great reason. So how do we replicate that? How do we make sure the rest of our partners get that delivery as well?
There's a lot of MSPs around the UK and a lot of people that would want to work with you. And through our process, one of the things that you said to me is, Linten is a company we want to work with. Why was Linten a company that you wanted to work with?
We need somebody that is going to go on a journey with us. Yeah. So typically we get lots of inquiries. That person might be 20 to 25 years in business, a bit like yourself, come from the Yorkshire Dales, across over the Pennines, and they want to change the business. They want to deliver something. It may even be an asset. It may even be that they're thinking of retirement, for instance, and they need it to be worth something. Or they may think, I'm burnt out. I'm doing 60 hours. I want to change. Or we're not making enough profit and I can't invest in my people. I want to make profit. So they say all of that, but actually the reality is there's still a 25-year behaviour and they're not going to change that behaviour. I can put in as many systems as I want, but we have check marks after we've delivered that area to make sure that that area has actually made a difference against your numbers. If it's not made a difference against your numbers, we either didn't do it thoroughly enough and we need to recheck that, but most of the time it's because actually we haven't changed the behaviour. The system is there, the process is there, the structure's there, the KPIs are there, but I can't make you deliver it inside your business. You can't advocate this problem. You can't advocate what we're doing. You need to be fully involved, fully invested, fully want to put your energy into it and your time into it, because if you're not, this isn't going to work. What I saw with you is, not only did you say those words, but you were clearly very energized when we presented our findings and what we wanted to do together. You was very energised behind that. You was very inputting into that with ideas already about things that you'd already thought of that you want to do. That's the type of partner we want to work with, because we don't want people in the MSP community saying that we can't deliver. You know, we want people that are advocates. The MSP world is a very small world. There's a lot of MSPs around, but actually it's a small world. When that negativity spreads, we want advocates that are spreading the fact that we have delivered a difference inside your business. So I would sooner turn down business that isn't the right fit.
So I think like every MSP, start off small. They know all of their clients. They know everything that is happening within their client's business. And the client feels like they're getting an MSP working with them that's almost like in-house IT. That's how we talk about our service. It's that almost like the Linten family approach. But what we're trying to do here is we're trying to grow the business. We're trying to look at what we can do differently. How can we help our clients? How can we cover off more areas from them? So we've expanded from just being an MSP to doing telecoms and lease lines and those kind of services. But ultimately, as the business grows, what we don't want our clients to feel is that they're now dealing with some big, huge IT company. We want them to still have that family approach. However, we do need to grow the team. And I see as a way to help us grow the team, grow the business, but actually maintain that feeling that our customers get is to actually make sure that we've got the right processes so that our people are not running around behind the scenes and don't have the time and attention to give to our clients.
And they get it right first time.
Yes.
You know, if you do some of this internally, you may get it right first time. Or you may end up at a certain journey, but you may completely go off course, and that's going to affect your customers. And you're quite right, you know, you still want that small feel, but also, like, it's sometimes a dirty word, but you need to make money. If you don't make profit in a business, you can't then deliver those extra services because you can't have the right people who've got the right training, who've got the time set against them, or you don't have those opportunities of growth, and so you lose good people because the business is stagnated and they have nowhere to go, so they will leave the business. All of that is going to affect your customer base. So you're doing the right thing as you want to make it simple, you want to deliver it to the customer, but that's coming at a cost at the minute. That needs to change because you need to be that right level of profitability, that right level of growth to equal all those opportunities and that training and ability to deliver to your customers.
Well, you touched on a really important point right at the start here when you talked about finance. So you're quite right. I keep a very close rein on the finances within the business. I want to make sure that the invoices that our clients get are accurate, that we're not billing them for things that shouldn't be, that there is the correct numbers on there. And that's something that I monitor and I keep a very close eye on. But as we grow, I can't look at every invoice that goes out. And that's why me having the confidence in the systems and the processes is really, really important.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, customers will leave from bad invoice experiences. You know, if you bill them, you hit the nail on the head there. If you bill them for a service that expired 10 months ago and you've continued to bill them, that could be just a mistake. It could be an overlook, it could be human error, it could be something that's gone on. Yeah. What the customer sees is, that's a relationship killer. How am I supposed to trust you now with my main asset, which is my IT, and my security of my data, when I can't trust you to bill me back?
Absolutely. We have a segment as part of our videos that is the bright idea. So I'd just like to ask you today if you can give us what is the nugget of information that you see in the sector at the moment as a bright idea as to what every MSP should be doing and how it can help and benefit their customers.
So my bright idea at the minute, and it's been whizzing around my head for over a few months, and my team are a bit fed up with it by now, I think, which is I see lots of MSPs trying to replicate each other. Someone does something in the industry, it may even be in a peer group, it may be someone that's local to you, you're keeping more of a close eye on what they're doing rather than what you're doing, and you're trying to replicate what they do. My bright idea is stop trying to replicate what they do, because if you've heard of it, they're clearly doing it quite well. Look at the thing that they're not doing and double down on it. So don't go after the thing that they're already good at, because you need to be even better than they are, and that could be a big appeal even. But go for the thing that they're not doing. So, for instance, Are they delivering a white glove experience when they deliver a new machine? Or do they just deliver it to a customer? You could then ask your customers, do you want this just delivered to you? Or actually, would you prefer a human being coming, holding your hand, unboxing it, putting it on the table, wiping it down, giving you a good white glove experience? And would you pay a little bit more for that? Some customer base would say yes, some customer base would say no. But if that's an answer that you get as a yes, and your people in the area are doing it, or other people that you see are doing it, that's the thing to double down.
It's a really good, bright idea. And I like the idea of the white gloves. I'm sure it'll go well. But thank you very much for today, Darren. It's been really great to have you on the podcast, and hope to see you again soon, because this journey that we're on is not just a quick flash in the pan. We're committed to work together for the next 3 years.
Yes.
And there's definitely a lot of things that you can help us with along the way. So I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you for having me on the podcast.
You're welcome. Thank you.
You've been listening to the Making It Simple podcast. It would really help if you could like and follow on LinkedIn, Instagram and TikTok, and also tune in to our next episode. See you soon.